Here we go.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Do you want to say hi in the chat? Oh, I haven't done that myself. I'm going to put a thumbs up straight from me straight away. There we are.
Say morning,
Say hi.
everyone.
Morning. Just let us know where you're from, who you are and where you're from. We'll just post and we'll see your name. That's brilliant. Okay, great. Okay, we've got a nice big class again today. That's lovely. I've got a few new things to explore with you today. A little bit excited this week because figured out a way of doing the self-shiatsu treatments and being able to tonify the channel. So I'm going to do that with you, and I'm going to be using these exercise balls. If you don't have anything like this, you can always use a tennis ball and a couple of tennis balls in a sock. But for today, I'm just going to show you how to do it just with your hands. But maybe next week, if you bring along anything like this, if you've got any of these exercise balls, or if you've got just some tennis balls, I'll show you how you can use those, because treating the back is always a bit of an issue with self-shiatsu. Okay, so let's get started immediately. We're going to find out how you're doing, find out what zone you're in. And I'd like to just give you a few hints also about breathing that you might want to think about in relation to the zones. We're going to tune into our burners as usual, and I've got some more stuff for next week on that as well to get a little bit more specific. Again, stuff that we're developing in the online shiatsu treatments that we're giving to our clients. Okay, and the theme of this week is going to be tonifying the channels. We'll see which burners need working on. We're going to get that information from you, and then we'll just mention how we're supporting you in other ways. So let's start off immediately by finding out how you are, just how you're coping. Let's just see how you're coping now. Things are changing, aren't they? They are in the UK anyway, and certainly in Europe, several countries are coming out of lockdown tentatively. Let's just see if we can find out how you are. Okay, I think it's getting a little bit better there. We've got only 6% of you say you're stressed or very stressed. So that's definitely a reduction. Hopefully these classes are helping and we're all adjusting, getting adjusted to the whole lockdown thing. Okay, so we've got most of you feel actually okay. That's 63%. That's the biggest group overall. Right, okay, so let's go on. We found out how you are, how you're coping. Right, remember this chart? This shows you how your nervous system's working. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this with the breathing as well in a minute when we start the exercises. So basically, are you in the green zone? Are you basically in the present, feeling grounded, feeling mindful, having social engagement, happy with the people you're locked down with, maybe or maybe not? Or are you more in the sympathetic nervous system zone? That's when you're feeling a little bit of frustration or maybe a bit of worry, and then that goes up the scale up to panic and rage right at the top end. Or are you verging or maybe in the free zone, and that's the one where you feel shut down, you've got no motivation, you feel a bit helpless. Okay, I'm going to give you a bit of advice about breathing when you're in that zone today. Okay, so let's find out which zone you're in. I think we've always had one person in that blue zone each time. So let's see, and I've changed it slightly. I've got a mixture. The mixture I put into two categories, mainly green and red, or mainly red and blue. So those of you in the red and blue zone are going to be going between the sympathetic and the dorsal vagal, the blue, and the free zone and the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so let's see. Just like to vote. So it's green zone, red zone, blue zone in shutdown, or a mixture, which is good because you want, so it's quite healthy to move between the zones. And in fact, most of you, 56% of you, are moving between the green and the red zone. And that's okay as long as you can get back down into the green zone. When we do the breathing in a minute, I'll show you how to move from one zone to the other by controlling your breathing. Okay, because actually you need a different type of breathing pattern to get you out of the blue zone. So if you're those people, one of those 8% of people that are going between the red and the blue, what you want to be able to do is deactivate the blue zone by basically getting back into the red zone. Okay, so we're going to figure that out. We've done that. We found out what zones you're in. And so now it's time for the exercises. Okay, so before we do that, we need to obviously tune into our heaters. I'm going to talk you through that. I hope you've got your pen and paper ready. And we're going to divide it into 3 zones as usual. Next week, we're going to get a bit more sophisticated. And we're going to actually start subdividing the zones to find out a little bit more about some of the organs and what they're doing, the meridians, what they're doing. But first of all, let's go into the 3 zones. I'm going to do it with you. I'm always fascinated to find out, like you, what kind of energy state we're in. So let's just close our eyes. And first of all, we're going to tune into the whole of our body, first of all. Okay. And we're just going to see if there's any areas of tension that we're holding anywhere. See if there's any areas that feel a bit weak. Just get a general overall picture of your energy, your body. Okay, and now we're going to tune into the lower burner. That's below the navel and above the pelvic floor and the hips. So it's this area here. And we can tune into that by placing our hands below the navel here and tuning into this whole area through into the back. Just give you a moment to just relax and tune in there. Then you can ask yourself the question, what is it like? What is your lower burner like? And once you've got a feel for it, then what you can do is open your eyes and we're going to draw or write in the lower burner. Okay, you might want to write some notes about any areas of pain or tension that you've got as well, that we did in the first scan. Okay, so that's our lower burner, right? Good. So let's move on up. We're going to go from the lower burner here to the middle burner, which is this area here. It's right the way round. It actually encompasses the lower thoracic spine, actually. There's some very important points there. We'll be doing some more on that in later weeks, about some of these points on the back that are used to treat the digestive system. And we've got this whole area here, the middle burner. Okay, so you can place your hand on that area if you like, or you can just tune in internally. It's probably a good idea to close your eyes so you go internally into that area. And now you can compare it with the lower burner. What does it feel like in comparison to the lower burner? What's it like? Okay, and then once you've got an image or some words you can put in, you can draw that in the middle burner bit. Okay, very good. Getting the picture? Okay, good. And now we're going to go up into the upper burner. And the upper burner is the whole chest area, includes the heart. It's above the diaphragm, so it's all this area here. Okay, and you can place your hand, the center of the upper burner is a point called CV17. It's right in the middle of the sternum, right there. And so if you place your hand over that area, if you can, or here, and then tune into your upper burner and just kind of relax into it. We're going to close our eyes again. Okay, and we're going to find out what's going on there with the upper burner. What is it like? Okay, once you've got an image, you can then draw that in the upper burner. Very good. Okay, so now it's time for you to choose your burner. What's your burner of the week? So what we'd like to know is which burner do you want to work on and why? So you just put upper too hot, which is what I would write. I'm going to write my one in, which is my upper burner. My middle burner seems to be better now, but it's a bit too hot. Okay, so that's me. Middle burner is burning. Uh-oh, that's not such a good thing, Simonetta. Let's see. Middle burner bubbly, middle burner empty. Okay, we don't want that. Upper burner is weak, middle burner wobbly, bit spiky and wavy. Okay, too hot and full. Okay, Svenja, you're with me on that. We'll have to do something about that. Upper is jittery, lower aching and heavy. Middle burner feels a bit absent. Okay, so we've got various middle burners there, a little bit too jittery, a bit absent. So we're going to have to see what we can do with that. Okay. Upper burner anxious and tingly. Yeah, that's a bit like mine. Don't need that, do we, Zoe? So that's it. Okay, cool. Okay, lower burner sore, Karen. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Well, I think what we better do then is we better start working. Can't connect with the body yet. Just got a kid online school lesson, which was stressful. Yeah, I totally sympathise. If you're trying to balance working from home and looking after kids, it's a real challenge. Pain in the back, Catherine. Okay, good. Well, okay, that's not good to have a pain in the back, but something we're going to address today. We're going to be using these and using our fists and stuff like that. So let's make a start. I think we should start with the lower burner. Always, that's the fundamental. We'll work with that, and then we'll work up and sort out some of those middle burner issues that you've got, and then we can work up into the upper burner and see if we can just chill it out a bit, maybe strengthen it up a bit. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do some of it. I'm going to do some of it standing, and then I'm going to move to working on the channels on the floor. So if you've got somewhere where you can sit, that's going to be quite good, or even lie down. But the main exercises I'm going to do either standing or sitting, or lying, so you can do it either way. Okay. So let's start. Make a start. Okay, Spain. Make sure you've got somewhere nice and comfortable to stand. And what we want to do first of all is we want to activate that lower burner. We want to get it nice and stable because that's the foundation of the other two burners, right? And the main way we can do that is through tonifying the kidney channel. And I'm quite excited this week because I've been experimenting. Thank you very much to the clients I've treated this week. I've been doing some experiments with how to link up the back with the kidney channel. I'd like to share that with you today. Okay. So first what we're going to do is we're going to activate the lower burner with the Qigong exercises. We'll work the kidney channel, and then I'll show you how you can link up very important points on the back with the internal feeling of the kidney channel. Very useful if you've got hip pain, if you've got lower back pain, if you've got any weakness in the pelvic area, really useful, okay? And also very useful if you're not feeling too grounded. So let's just stand first of all, close our eyes, and just see how our grounding feels like. Okay. Now remember from previous weeks, ideally you want that kidney 1 point on the sole of your foot open, and you want to feel that connection down into the earth. So just check in on that and see how strong that connection is from the lower burner down the legs, through the knees and ankles, and into the feet. And if you're anything like me, it could definitely do with some work there. It's a little bit floaty, not quite feeling as grounded as you could be. So let's start. Rubbing our hands together. Knees slightly bent, and we're bouncing on that imaginary golden thread that holds us up in the heavens, so that we're getting very free here. Our shoulders are free, the whole rib cage is free, and more importantly, the pelvis and the hip feel open and free because you're being suspended, okay? The weight's being suspended by this imaginary thread. Okay, shaking out the hands. Just getting those arms really loose. Okay, and then over the magic points, just below the navel, there are 2 points that are supposed to be the foundation of our energy. Okay, the gates of life points. We can connect with them by placing our palm just below the navel. Okay, and that's activates CV4 and CV6. These are really magical points. They're used in Qigong, all the martial arts, and they're used in acupuncture to tonify the energy. And we're going to do it with our own hands. We're going to keep the shoulders relaxed. We're going to send that energy from our hand, that warmth from our hand, deep into the lower abdomen, just below the navel. And then we're going to start rotating. Very small circles. No, hardly any pressure. Just keep it really light. This is a chi exercise. It's not a physical exercise. Okay, we're just going to rotate round nice and calmly. And this is when the magic starts to happen, because you relax your hips, okay? And you just allow that chi from your hands to start sinking towards your lower back, okay? Keeping it really relaxed, okay? Now, you want more power, okay? More power, less effort, okay? This is the whole Taoist way. Less effort. So what do you do? Okay, what do? We let that string suspend us. We release our arms. Less effort in the arms. Minimum effort in the arms. Opening up our shoulders. Opening up our elbows. Opening up our wrists. Okay, do you feel that? Hands suddenly get much hotter and you get more power. More power for less effort. Okay, very good. Okay. Want even more connection? Let's open up kidney 1. Let's bounce a little bit. Let's open up those hips and knees. Okay? Keep the arms relaxed. Minimum effort. You feel that? The heat's starting to build up now, isn't it? Strongly. Okay? So if you feel it weakening a bit, don't put more effort in. Release more. Very good. Okay, excellent. Let's just do a little bit more. Imagine that chi going in towards your lower back. See how far you can get it in towards your lower back. Keep those arms relaxed. Very good. Okay, shake your arms out. Place them by your sides. Close your eyes. Close our eyes. Tune into the lower burner. Very good. Can you feel that? It's gone in about halfway, hasn't it? All pretty much halfway towards the back. Just right, because now we can do the same thing on the back. And remember this point, this is the so-called bladder 23 point. It's at the waist and it's right on just either side of the spine, right on these lumbar muscles here. And that's the acupuncture point they use for treating the lower back and the kidneys. And we're going to revisit that later in these exercises. But for now, we're going to just take our arms, relax them, loose fists, bring them up to bladder 23. Again, very light pressure, just minimal effort. This is a little bit tougher. You've got to keep your shoulders really relaxed, get that string bouncing, get that thread bouncing you. And now we're just going to, again, do very small circles. And again, we're imagining the chi going from the backs of our hands down, or down our arms, into the back. Okay, want more power? Less effort, right? Bounce that golden thread. Relax your shoulders. Use your mind to direct the chi in through the backs of your hands into the front. So what we're doing is we're connecting up through here. Okay. Very good. Want a little bit more power? Let's relax the hips, relax the knees, relax the ankles. Very good. Okay, and shaking your arms out. Okay, closing our eyes again. Very good. You feel that? The chi's starting to gather there in the lower burner. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work the kidney channel, and we're going to open up the kidney channel all the way up from the feet right into the lower back. And then I'll show you how you can stimulate the lower back points and activate the entire kidney channel. So let's start at the beginning of the kidney channel. If you remember, that's kidney 1, and that's right. Kidney 1 is right on the sole of the foot. So I'm going to sit down for this. You can do it sit in a chair, whatever's easiest. So first of all, we need to activate kidney 1. That's the point, if you remember, right in the middle of the foot. It's down the midline of the foot, 1/3 of the distance between here and there. So it's right there, okay? We can do it with both fingers like this, pressing in. Okay, and then if you want to stimulate it a bit more, you can put your foot like this and just tap the sole of your foot like this. Okay, so now let's try tonifying the kidney channel. I'll show you where it goes. It goes from kidney 1 here, and it goes round the foot here to kidney 3, which is at the back of the ankle, midway between the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon. And that's a really important point. Many of my clients have stuck many a magnet on that point, right? Okay, so just try doing this. If you place your thumb on kidney 1 here, and then your thumb on kidney 3, which is here, and let's just close our eyes for a second, relax our arms, and see if you can feel a connection between those 2 points. Got it? Okay, now you're tonifying the kidney channel, and that's really, really cool. And what we can do now is we can work up with this hand, keep this thumb on kidney 1, and we're working up the kidney channel, which is along the back of the leg towards the back of the knee here. So it goes from behind the ankle all the way up here to just behind the knee by these tendons here. Okay, so I'm holding kidney 1 with this thumb, and I'm working up and doing it in a particular way because this is tonifying and opening the channel. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the points, holding these points here on the back of my leg with this hand, and I'm connecting the 2 hands together. Okay, so if you close your eyes again and see if you can feel a connection between the 2 hands. It feels like they're kind of connected, like with a wire. That's very, very good. Okay, keep working up. Any sensitive points, we're just going to hold those. Okay, we go up and we come up just behind the knee here. And what you'll find then is you've opened up and worked this whole kidney channel here. Okay, now if you put both your legs down now and just close your eyes and compare your left leg with your right leg, okay, you'll notice that the left leg feels kind of open in the sole of the foot, and it's got this kind of tingly feeling going up to the knee and then just a little bit beyond, and that means you've opened up the channel. That's really cool. Okay, now if you want to go a little bit further up, what we can do is we can open up the leg like this, and we're just behind the knee here, and we go up along the back of the leg here like this. And if you can connect it up with your fingertips, that's cool too. Otherwise, or let's try it like this. This is good. See what I'm doing? I'm working kidney 3 or kidney 1, and I'm just working up this bit of the channel here just to get it up. It actually goes right through into the groin, right deep into the hip, and it goes around into the sacrum. So once we've got this opened up, we'll be in a really good place to strengthen the hips, strengthen the lower back. Cool. Okay, very good. So now let's do the other leg. I'll just move to a better position. Again, kidney 1, I'm going to get that moving. Opening that up, that's the famous bubbling spring point that you use in Qigong. If you've ever done any Qigong, they're always saying about opening up bubbling spring, connecting with the earth. And we can check in a bit later and see whether we feel more grounded. We should feel a lot more grounded after this. Okay, so cool, very good. Okay, and then we come up, remember, kidney 1. We come up to kidney 3. This is the source point of the kidney meridian. It's between the center of the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon. It's just in that little indentation there. And this is a real powerful connection, which we use a lot in Shiatsu technique to strengthen the lower back. And you can do it for yourself. Look, hold kidney 1 with this hand. Put your thumb halfway between the middle of the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon. Relax. Close your eyes and feel those 2 points connecting. Get like a kind of warm, almost like a tingling, but certainly a warm connecting feeling between the 2 hands. You're right in the zone there, okay? Very good. Okay, excellent. So now all we need to do now is work up with this thumb and see if you can keep that connection all the way up. Any sore points, you just want to hold them until they stop being sore, using just moderate pressure, nothing too deep. What we're doing is we're opening up that channel. Okay, can you see where I'm going? I'm going up, directly up from where that point is, up the back of the inside of the leg to just behind the knee where the tendons are there. That's where the kidney channel runs. Okay, and the kidney channel is very, very important in Chinese medicine. It's probably one of the most important channels because it's to do with our fundamental energy. It's to do with the strength of the lower back, the regulation of the nervous system. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that with the breathing in a minute once we get this channel opened up. Okay, because what we want to do is make sure that you don't get stuck in that blue zone. Okay, being in the red zone is not so bad because you can get a lot done, right? You may not be very popular with the family, but you can get a lot done. As long as you can get back into that blue, back into the green zone, you're all right. But being in the blue zone is not very nice at all. It's like shut down, and that's not very good, especially for mammals, because the breathing and all the organs start shutting down, and it's just very uncomfortable. Okay, so we go up into the knee. Okay, this point here is right behind the knee, just by those tendons. And if you can feel a connection between kidney 1 and that point, that's really good, because that's quite a long way, quite tough to get that connection. But if you can feel it, like a kind of a warm, connected feeling, you're doing great. Okay, and then all you need to do now is just work up back of the kidney, up the inside of the leg here, and there's various ways you can do that. You can hold it here, whichever's comfortable with your fingertips, or this way. This is the way I like to do it, but is to go like that, and then hold here, kidney 1, and work up the back inside of the leg. Okay, there are no actual acupuncture points on this part of the channel, but kidney 10 is here by the knee, and kidney 11 is right near the pubic bone. But the fascinating thing is the channel runs right into the groin, right round into the sacrum, and right round the hip. And that's why it's so useful for treating hip pain. Even if you've got like hip degeneration and you're waiting for an operation, you've really got to try and strengthen this channel up to try and minimize the pain while you're waiting for the operation. So that's really worth doing if you can do that. I mean, I know this might be a little bit of a stretch to do this. If you've got a painful hip, you have to adapt it. Put your leg wherever's comfortable. Okay, so there we are. That's that. Okay, so now just tap, do a little bit of tapping on that other foot. I'm just going to activate kidney 1, just lightly tapping. Okay, and now let's see what's going on. Let's see how we're doing. Right. Okay, so standing up again. Okay, close our eyes. Whoa, what a difference. Feel your feet, okay? You notice that kidney 1 now feels opened up. Check in behind your ankle. Can you feel that? There's a kind of warm feeling that goes up behind your knee and then deep into the pelvic area, okay? And that's super good, okay? Because what you've done is you've opened up the kidney channel, which is the foundation of the lower burner. Really good for the lower back and the hips. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something which we're quite excited about. I'm going to use my fists. I'm going to use the exercise balls, and there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either do it against a wall, which I'll demonstrate first, or you can do it lying down, and which I'll demonstrate in a minute. Okay, so let's do it both ways and see which one you prefer. Okay, remember this point here, bladder 23, this kidney point. Okay, now what you can do is use your fists, or you can use some of these exercise balls, or if you've got tennis balls, you can make them at home. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just literally just putting them right on the point, and I'm leaning my body weight back. Okay, if you haven't got anything like this, you can just use your fists. Okay, and just lean back on your fists if your shoulders are okay. Okay, if you've got tennis balls, you can put the tennis balls there. Okay, okay, now this is how to do it. Mostly, if you look at anything online about these balls, they're mainly used in physiotherapy to release tight muscles. In other words, they're used to sedate energy. They're used to move it and sedate it. But we're going to use it in a completely different way. we're going to use it to activate the channel and to tonify the kidney energy. Okay, so I'm going to place these on bladder 23, which is this point right in the middle of the back. Okay, opening up my feet. Okay, I'm opening up kidney 1. It's important to close your eyes. Okay. Open up kidney 1. Feel that channel opening. Okay, and now you can adjust the amount of weight you're leaning back that increases the pressure. If you're doing it with your hands, the same thing. Okay, you can feel the pressure on the back there. And what we're aiming for is we're aiming for a very precise moment, a very precise amount of pressure. Look, I'll show you how it works. First of all, if it's too light, you can feel your soles of your feet, you can feel the channel in your leg. Okay? If you lean too much weight on it, all you can feel is the pressure on your back, and that's too much. But if you just adjust the amount of weight until you can kind of light up the meridian, you'll feel it connecting all the way from the lower back through the hips and into kidney 1. That's the point. That is the sweet spot where you're opening the channel and you're connecting it with the associated effect point on the back. Okay, so if you're happy there, hold it there. If you want to try it on the floor, I'll show you how you can do it like this. You can make it a little bit stronger this way, because what you can do is you can lie down. You can adjust the weight on your back by basically holding the weight up like this. Okay, so you can take it from 0 down to maximum weight. Okay, the same thing applies if you haven't got one of these, or if you can't find any tennis balls, you can do it with your fists again, as long as your shoulders are okay. Okay, but let's see if we can get that sweet spot there. Look, close your eyes. If you're still working against the wall, it's the same, it doesn't matter. Okay, what I want you to do then is just open up kidney 1 in your foot, sense the channel all the way up into the pelvis. Okay? And now lower your weight down until you just get to the point where you can feel the connection between the point on the back and the channel all the way down into your foot. And then just hold it there. Relax your shoulders. Now, if you go too far, you'll just feel the pressure on your back. And if it's too light, you won't feel anything. You'll just feel the channel in your leg. So let's just adjust it. I'm going to use this again. Now, once you get that sweet spot there, where you can feel the connection between the back and the feet through kidney 1, that's when we start doing the breathing, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the breath to tonify the channel, okay? And this is how it works, right? We breathe into the lower hara, into the abdomen. Breathe out and send the breath down the channel into the soles of your feet. Okay. Then as you breathe in, you imagine light or energy or breath coming up through kidney 1 into your lower back. Okay, so breathing in. Okay, and you'll feel it go right into that point. Hold it, breathe out. Send your awareness down into kidney 1 again. I'm just adjusting the weight again, just to get exactly the right amount of weight, pressure. Okay, that's it. Breathing in. Imagine the breath coming up into the lower back, and then breathing out. Send that breath down into your feet. So what you're doing is you're going up and down the channel with your breath, and you'll find that that will start to really open it up, and it will start releasing the lower back. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in. Bring the chi up from your kidney 1. Hold it and breathe out. Send your breath down through the kidney channel down to the sole of your feet. Okay, breathing in again. All right, so as you breathe in, you imagine you're breathing in through kidney 1. And then breathe out. Okay, get the idea? Okay, so now let's check in and see what's happened. Had a really good success with this technique this week with a client who's having like lower back pain. It's really, really effective. And as I say, this is a very unusual use of an exercise ball because most physiotherapists use it purely to sedate. They use it to sedate, in other words, to release tight muscles. And we're using it in a completely different way here. We're using it to tonify the energy in the channel, which is the connective tissue. It's facial planes. And that's the way you can use it to strengthen your lower back. Because if you've got a weak lower back, you don't really want to be pressing it too hard with anything. All right. So let's check in. Okay. Shaking out a bit. Shaking out. Okay. And then let's close our eyes and feel the lower burner. Very, very good. Okay, now you notice how your back kind of feels energized and there's a connection down through the hips, all the way down through the knees and feet and the soles of the feet. Really good. Okay, and now if you also check your grounding, you'll notice that you're so much more connected to the earth. So we've produced a really strong foundation there from the lower hara, the lower abdomen, release the lower back. We've connected the lower back into the kidney channel, which will help your hips. Really, really good. Okay, so now let's move up to the middle burner. For those of you, some of you feeling a bit weak in the lower burner, some of you feeling a bit bubbly and a bit overactive. And we'll do some more lower middle burner stuff next week. Basically, we want a nice, easy exercise. If you're feeling that it's a bit tight and a bit kind of overactive, then you maybe want to just sedate it a bit more. You may want to go a little bit stronger into the session, into this exercise. If it's feeling weak, then you want to take it a little bit easier, breathe into the area, and then see if you can tonify the channels up. So let's try this. We're going to work on the middle burner. We're going to use this swinging exercise again. Okay, remember this? So we're going to align ourselves. Let's get that golden thread above us bouncing. Okay, and let's start twisting that golden thread. So first of all, looking at the horizon, twisting around. Okay, now you'll notice just here, you're twisting that whole middle burner, you're helping to move the liver chi. And that will help just calm it down and also energize it if it's a bit weak. Okay, as soon as you get it going, you maybe want to close your eyes, bring your awareness internally into the middle burner. Okay, and if it's overactive, you want to just stretch it a bit and just with your imagination, calm that area down. And if it's feeling a bit weak, take it a little bit easier, the exercise, breathe into the area and just get it a bit stronger. Okay. So let's just keep doing it. Okay, you want it stronger, remember, less effort. Suspend ourselves, relax the spine, open the shoulders, nice and easy, no forcing, just letting it happen. Just let that swing energize the lower burner. Very good. Okay, so I'm coming back to this front again. Okay, so if you remember from previous weeks, that's a very good exercise for the liver. Now, if you're feeling a bit weak in the middle burner, it could be your stomach channel. So let's just activate that with a bit of doing, and then we'll come back and check in. Okay, so the stomach channel, if you remember, is right down the front of the legs. Okay, so let's do some doing with that. Right hands together, and we're just going to tap down the outside front of the legs. Okay, we can come back up here. This is the stomach channel, runs down through the abdomen here. Just tapping lightly. Oh, but there we are, just shows it works. Go down, stomach channel. Okay, so go down the front of the outside of the legs here. Remember this point, 3 mile point, give that a bit of a pounding if you're feeling a bit weak. If you're feeling a bit weak, you want to give that a bit of stimulation there, down into the feet, and then up the spleen channel, which is the other digestive channel, also relates to the middle burner. That goes up through the knees here, and up the inside, and then up this way. Okay, so we'll just go around that 3 times. Nice and relaxed. Keep those shoulders really relaxed. Yeah, down we go, down we go. Okay, very good for releasing worry. The worry is just related to the stomach and the spleen. Okay, so it's also very important. These 2 channels are very important for stabilizing the knee. You can imagine they go right around here. We use a lot of points in Shiatsu to stabilize the knee. If you've got weakness in the knee or knee injuries, especially if you get weakness along the medial part of the knee there. Spleen channel is really good for that. Okay, up we go. Very good. Okay, brushing off 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's check in. Close our eyes. Tune into the middle burner. Very nice. You notice it's a bit freer, a little bit more space there, and kind of a little bit calmer. That's the worry of the spleen and stomach being unknotted there by especially the dough-in. Okay, so now we come to the upper burner, and a lot of you are having a few issues with your upper burner, as I was, a little bit too hot, and we don't like that. The upper burner is supposed to be like a mist. It's supposed to be cool and moist. The lungs don't like dryness. They don't like dryness, they don't like heat. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of chill it out. We're going to chill everything out. I can show you some points for that. Let's get the lungs nice and open first of all. So tuning in to the upper burner. Okay, I want you to tune in, please, with me. We're going to tune into the upper back, around the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, and then tuning into the lungs. Okay, there's a lot of sadness. Is contained in the lungs. In Chinese medicine, grief and sadness is related to the lungs and the metal element. So this is a really good one if you want to kind of release all that, let go of things. Okay, tuning into the lungs. Now we're going to open up the lungs and we're going to activate the lungs here. I'm going to kind of chill them out. So we're going to open up here. We're going to bring the thumbs out. We're going to keep it really relaxed. So we're just going to literally drop the arms back. Okay, again, very little effort, very subtle exercise this. This power comes through the subtlety. Very little effort, just the weight of the arms go back, but keep those thumbs outwards and feel internally around this area here. Okay, so if you close your eyes with me, we'll both close our eyes. I want you to just focus on the front upper shoulder, just in front of the shoulder joint, just below the clavicle here. This is where lung 1 and lung 2 are. That's where the channel, the facial planes that link deep with the lung tissue come out into the surface of the body. So what we're doing is we're gently opening and calming here, opening and calming. As we bring the thumbs back, we're opening and calming this channel. Okay, so let's just try it. Okay, if you want it to be a bit more powerful, you do less effort, but you get that string, or we get that string, a golden thread. Open the jaw, relax the jaw and the neck, open the shoulders. Just gently move those thumbs out. You'll feel it activating the channel. Very good. Just a few more minutes. Doing the lungs. I'm going to switch it around a bit in a minute. Just keep going, tuning internally to that front of the shoulder. What you'll find is it will slowly start to open out and you'll feel a connection between the thumb and deep into the lungs. Okay, you want to try some self-shiatsu, some self-acupressure. I'll show you where the lung channel runs. It runs from the thumb up here, along here, and it runs into here. And we're going to focus on this point today. This is lung 5. It's a very powerful point on the lung channel, and I'll show you what it's like. If you can find it by running up your finger up the lung channel, you can feel a tendon here. You can twang it, twang, 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 twang. Got it? Okay, lung 5 is just on the outside of that tendon. Okay, and if you bend your arm slightly, it kind of makes an indentation there. All right, and what you can do is you can use your thumb right on that channel there. Look what happens. You can stand comfortably. Okay, stand comfortably. Close your eyes. Gently press into that point, into the elbow, and then tune into the effect on your chest. Okay. Now that's a really good point, because not only does it open up the lungs, but it also can cool the lungs as well if they're feeling a little bit hot. Okay, so we're just working on this side first of all. Keep those arms really relaxed. If you want more power, don't press harder. Press more gently, but open up your shoulders, open up your neck, bounce on your golden thread, connect with the earth through your feet. Okay. There we are. Very good. Okay, and if you ever find yourself getting a bit heady, maybe a little bit of headache coming on, stuff like that, when you're doing this acupressure, it's usually because you've lost your grounding. If you open up kidney 1 and you tune into the connection with the earth, suddenly, woohoo, so much more relaxed, your head will relax, and you'll just stop that kind of thing. Okay, so let's try the other side. Okay, so it's the other side, the thumb, tracing the thumb up, and we're going to work lung 5. So it's here, it's find that twangy tendon, twang, 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 okay? Go up, bend your elbow slightly, and you'll find that indentation right there. I can twist my arm round and I can get it from here, or you can do it like this, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's right in that indentation there, lung 5, very good for tonifying the lungs, but also cooling them. So let's see if we can get the internal feeling. We're just going to close our eyes. Activate the point, let's relax, bounce on your golden thread, open up kidney 1. See if you can feel a connection between that point and deep into the lungs. Close your eyes and feel a connection from the point on the elbow up into the lungs. You've got it. Very good. Okay, great. So let's shake our arms out. One more stretch for the lungs. Link the thumbs. This is a Makaho stretch. It's a Shiatsu stretch. And it's like this. You breathe in. We've done it before. Breathing in. Slowly breathing out. Bringing your arms behind you. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see where my feet are. Okay, breathing out. Okay, holding it, breathing in, and breathing out. Fingers, first finger pointing up towards the ceiling, thumbs connected, that's where the lung channel goes to. Okay, and then the third breath. Okay, and then coming up. Very good. Okay, time to check out our upper burner. Closing our eyes. What does that feel like? Pretty good. I mean, look, you just tune into the front of your shoulders. You notice how they're kind of more open, okay? And that whole lung area feels kind of activated. Hopefully, if it's a bit too hot, it's just kind of chilling out a little bit there because of lung 5. And if we tune down our arms, you'll probably feel a tingly feeling into your thumbs. And you'll probably feel a lot of activation here around lung 5. You can feel it kind of tingling. It feels like you've just been stimulating and everything. Okay, very good. Okay, so we've activated the lower burner. We've connected it up with the kidney channel. We use that really cool thing with pressing the points on the back and connecting through the hips. We've released the liver by this exercise. We've got the stomach activated for those of you who've got more stomach issues with the middle burner. and we've opened up the lungs, doing the stretches, and we've used lung 5. Okay, so now I'd like to just share with you some hints on breathing before we finish today, because generally speaking, when we do yoga breathing and when we do qigong breathing, the emphasis is placed on extending the exhalation. Okay, and the reason for that is because of the way the nervous system works. The in-breath is connected to the sympathetic nervous system, and the out-breath is connected to the parasympathetic. In other words, the in-breath gets you going, activates you, and the out-breath calms you down. Now, because most of us are pretty much hyped up most of the time, we generally want to chill out. So generally when we do breathing, we do this kind of thing. And I want you to just feel the effects of this. So we place our hands over the hara, okay? Okay, we're going to just tune into your whole feeling of your energy, okay? And we're going to take a nice easy breath in through our nose, into the lower abdomen. Okay, we're going to hold it. And we're going to do a long exhalation. Okay, we're going to breathe in. Bring my breath here into the lower abdomen. Long exhalation. Okay. Breathing in again, one more. Hold it. Breathe out. Okay, now I want you to tune into your body energy, in particular your nervous system, see what happens. We're going to breathe in. Okay, now see what happens to your body energy and your mood and everything as we breathe out very slowly. It's very calming, isn't it? Okay, and that's because it's stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is really good if you go into that red zone. So if you're getting into that hype zone, you're maybe getting frustrated, angry, take some time out, maybe do some stretches and get that breathing. And within a few minutes, you'll be able to deregulate that back down towards the green zone. However, and this is for those of you who are going into that blue zone, if you're going into the blue zone, you don't want to do that breathing pattern, because the last thing you want is to emphasize that, because what you'll do is you'll keep yourself in the blue zone. Paradoxically, what you need to do is you need to reverse the breathing to get you from the blue zone into the red zone. And when you're in the red zone, you can get back to the green zone. Now, look, this is quite safe to do, even if you're not in shutdown, okay? But I'll show you exactly what happens. Just try this. Place your hands over your hara, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to emphasize the in-breath, okay? And we're going to bring it into the abdomen and then into the lungs. And then we're going to de-emphasize the out-breath. So the in-breath is going to be longer and it's going to be more, a stronger experience, okay? So just try this. We're going to do 5 breaths, see what happens to your nervous system as we do it, okay? So strong inhalation, short de-emphasized exhalation, okay? Okay, 2 more. Okay, now tune into how you're feeling. Do you feel more energized? You feel kind of more hyped, don't you? A little bit more hyped up. And that's because you're stimulating the sympathetic nervous system. Now you can imagine if you did that for maybe 30 seconds or even a minute, you're going to really energize that nervous system. And if you're starting to go into shutdown, you're starting to feel like your whole body's seizing up, okay? You need to do that breathing, that type of breathing, to get you back into the red zone. And that actually even works if you're feeling just kind of a little bit sluggish, you're feeling a little bit too chilled out, you just want to get on with things, you're doing your nice long breaths and you can't work out why you're getting more and more relaxed, okay? And that's why, because you're overstimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so there's a few hints there to, to be able to regulate your nervous system, particularly if you go into that blue zone, because the blue zone is not a nice place to be. It's the reason we have the blue zone is because it dates back to when we were animals, when we were, back in the day, back when we were like mammals in evolution. And the thing is, it's a very good defense if you get attacked by a prey animal. What happens is you go into a freeze response, all your body shuts down. What happens is a prey animal will probably go, oh, well, this looks like it's all dead already. I'll go and run after another antelope that's running around that looks a bit tastier. So you go into shutdown and everything kind of shuts down. It's a great defense, but the thing is, it's not very healthy for humans because all the digestive system, if you look at that chart, you'll see all the body systems kind of go into kind of shutdown, into freeze, and it's just very, very unpleasant for us. But it's there for a reason. It's a last-ditch defense if we get under a lot of stress and we really can't cope. So there's no shame attached to it. It's something that's completely natural, but it's very good to be able to get out of that. And as I say, one of the things you want to do is reverse the breathing and to get back into the red zone. Once you get into the red zone, you can go down, deregulate yourself down back into the green zone. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. Okay, and now you notice that a lot of the yoga exercises, the early morning yoga exercises, like the cleansing breath and things like that, they are quite emphasize the in-breath a lot, and you'll feel your whole nervous system activating. Okay, it's been a really, really enjoyable session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, and thank you very much for Dinah and for Shakura to hang out in the chat. Next week, we've got an announcement. We're going to get some more members of the team in because you're probably sick of the sound of me after all these weeks. So Basti is going to do a little section of the day, section of the exercise class. So really looking forward to that, Basti. He's going to probably do a meditation or something at the end. We don't know yet. I'm going to try and get other members of the team in so that we can get them in there. Okay, have a fantastic week. I'm just going to remind you that we are... I'll just skip through the theory slides, which you know really well. Okay. Yep, we've been through these many times. And just to remind you that we are doing Shiatsu supervision. We're making it more and more sophisticated all the time. So if you have got any issues that you want to work on, maybe you've got back pain, stuff like that, we're finding that a lot of times these self-shiatsu supervisions are actually as effective. And actually, last week I had 3 that were more effective than our normal face-to-face sessions. They really, really work. We're doing them over Zoom, which is super cool because we're recording them. And that means the client has got an actual full recording of the entire session, which they can then practice. What we're finding is the clients who are doing this are actually practicing those bespoke exercises, and we're getting incredible results because the clients are motivated, they can feel the changes, just like we've done in this class. So if you do need one of these self-shiatsu supervision sessions, you can book in with any of the team. Just go to shiatsucenter.co.uk and don't worry about the money side of it if you're having real problems, because we're working for donations only. We're also doing distance healing. Shakura particularly is trained in that. We're still working cooperatively this month. It worked last month. We just about made it last month. Thank you so much for your donations. We're keeping on track with that. We're pooling all the money and we're dividing up equally between us. If you like this class and you've got anything you can donate, please donate. And I would also say that we are also treating clients in severe financial difficulty and severe stress. And it really is, it's just such a wonderful thing to be able to help them. They really are in a terrible state, some of these clients, in terms of their position. They really need these sessions. And it's just great to be able to say to them, look, we're being supported. Some of you have been very generous and your money's going to really, really good cause. It's basically allowing us to treat people who have got literally really, really stressed. Okay, so if you can go to shiatsucenter.co.uk and hit the donate button, every single euro or pound that you give us is going to really good use, helping our clients in need and helping us keeping the lights on here. Okay, so we just got to go there and just hit the button and just give us what you can afford this week. Okay, if you can't, it doesn't matter. We're very happy to help you out. Thank you, Dinah. Thank you, Shakura. Okay. All right, good. See you next week. Okay. And if you know anybody else, if you know any key workers or anyone else who would like to come to class, we've got lots of room. We've actually got 500 capacity. We've got over 200 at the moment registered. But if you know anyone who you think you could benefit, then please tell them. Get them to go to shiatsucenter.co.uk and sign up for the series and spread the word. Okay, have a great week. Have a great week. Bye.
How many people do that?
There we are.